Okay, so how many hours have you lost staring at the ceiling at 3 a.m., replaying the same impossible choice over in your head? That career crossroads, the relationship ultimatum, the big financial gamble. It feels like you're standing on the edge of a cliff with two paths in front of you and both completely hidden by fog. So, what do? You make a pros and cons list until your pen runs dry. You ask your friends for advice until you have a dozen different opinions rattling around in your head. But every logical step you take just leads you right back to that same crippling anxiety. The world tells you to just pick one, but the fear of picking the wrong one is paralyzing. And there's actually a name for this: decision fatigue. It's when your brain gets so overwhelmed by choices that it just short circuit. It starts taking shortcuts or avoiding decisions altogether. It's a real thing. Studies have shown that the quality of our decisions drops throughout the day, whether you're a judge deciding on parole or just figuring out what's for dinner. Okay, so here's why you feel so stuck. You've been taught to solve problems with only half your brain. From a young age, we're trained to be logical. We're told to analyze the data, weigh the pros and cons, and make the choices that looks best on paper. But the biggest decisions in our lives, the ones that really define who we are rarely just about logic. They're emotional, they are spiritual, and they're definitely intuitive. These decisions aren't just about hitting a goal, they're about aligning with who you really are deep down. And when you ignore your intuition, that quiet little gut feeling, you're basically trying to navigate a jungle with a black and white map. You can see the main roads, sure, but you can't sense the terrain, the weather, or the hidden paths that could lead you somewhere amazing. Okay. And this fight between your head and your heart creates a special kind of hell called analysis paralysis. You end up feeling completely stuck, knowing that something is missing from the equation, but having no idea what it is. This is why just thinking harder never works. Your mind becomes an echo chamber of what ifs, and every logical argument is met with that quiet, nagging feeling that you're missing the point. You're not broken or bad at making decisions. You've just been using the wrong tools for the job. So, what if you could finally use your whole brain? What if you could combine the sharp analytical power of your logical mind with deep, quiet wisdom of intuition? This is the secret. It's not about choosing your head or your heart. It's about getting them to work together. The most successful people, from innovative CEOs to world class leaders, already know this. They blend hard data with their intuitive hunches to make choices that are not just smart, but also right. And we can do that by combining two powerful tools: practical, grounded coaching, and the intuitive symbolic language of tarot. Now, before you roll your eyes at the word tarot, let's be really clear. This isn't about fortune telling or predicting some unavoidable future. Think of modern tarot as a deck of cards for your soul. It's a powerful tool for self reflection that helps you see the subconscious pattern, hidden beliefs, and deep desires that your logical mind usually misses. It's a mirror for your inner world. Then you have coaching. Okay. Coaching provides the structure to take those aha moments from your intuition and turn them into a real actionable plan. It takes the spiritual and makes it practical. It asks, okay, now that you know this, what are you going to do about it? When you combine the two, you get the best of both worlds. Tarot gives you the bird's eye view of your situation, revealing the entire landscape from above. Coaching gives you the boots on the ground, helping you navigate the landscape one confident step at a time. So, how does this actually work? The first step is to get out of the weeds. When you're stuck in a decision, you're just too close to the problem. You're at the crossroads, and all you can see are the two paths right in front of you. Using tarot for self reflection is like launching a drone camera straight up into the air. Suddenly, you can see where each path might lead. You can see the potential obstacles and where unexpected opportunities might be hiding. The cards use a rich language of symbols and archetypes that speak directly to your subconscious. Okay. And for example, let's say you're agonizing over a career change. Your logical mind is obsessed with the salary and the stability of your current job. But then you pull a card like the Eight of Cups, which often symbolizes walking away from something that, while familiar, just isn't fulfilling anymore. Your intuition, speaking through the card, is gently pointing out an emotional truth. You're ready to search for something with more meaning. This process doesn't give you the answer. It helps you ask better questions. It pushes you to explore your situation from angles you'd never considered, revealing what you truly want underneath all the noise of fear and other people's expectations. That bird's eye view is amazing. But let's be honest, clarity without action is just a daydream. You can have the most profound insight in the world, but if you don't know what to do with it, you're still stuck. And this is where the second step, coaching, becomes absolutely essential. Coaching is the bridge between your intuitive aha and your real world actions. It takes the symbolic message and helps you translate it into a grounded step by step plan. If tarot shows you what the problem is, coaching helps you figure out how to solve it. A coach helps you set meaningful goals, challenge the limiting beliefs the cards brought to light, and creates accountability so you actually move forward. So let's go back to that career scenario, right? Your intuition via the cards told you you're unfulfilled. A coach would then help you get practical, asking things like, well, what does a more fulfilling path actually look like for you? What's one tiny low risk step you can take this week to explore it? What fears come up when you think about leaving, and what support do you need to face them? Suddenly, that overwhelming anxiety turns into manageable steps. A vague feeling of I need a change becomes a concrete plan. This week, I'm going to update my resume email to people in a field that interests me, um, and research one online course. Okay. It's about turning the spiritual why into a practical how so you can finally make a choice with confidence. The power to make the right decision has been inside you this whole time. You just needed a way to get your logic and your intuition to finally be on the same team. The secret isn't finding some magic answer outside of yourself. It's about building a reliable guidance system on the inside. So here's a little challenge, okay? Think of one small decision you've been putting off. It doesn't have to be life changing. Maybe it's whether to sign up for that class, have a tough conversation, or start that creative project. First, just get quiet for a moment and check in with your gut without judging. Ask yourself, what is my intuition saying? Then bring in a little bit of gentle logic. What is one practical tiny step I could take to move forward? When you practice this on the small step, you build the muscle and take the trust to tackle the big decisions when they come along. Feeling stuck isn't a sign that you're failing. It's a sign that you're ready to grow. By learning to combine the bird's eye view of your intuition with the grounded strategy of practical action, you can turn that crippling anxiety into confident movement. You stop being a victim of your circumstances and start being the architect of your own life. If you're ready to stop second guessing yourself and start building a life that feels right in both your head and your heart, this is just the beginning. Subscribe for more ways to connect with your own inner wisdom. If you want to go deeper with this process, visit my website spiritualconnectionswithroselove.com to see how we can work together. The right decision is waiting for you. It's time to learn how to hear.